Hello everyone, welcome to part 4 of Witches x Warlocks. It's been a while, hope you guys are doing okay. Yeah, don't want to make these videos too long, so we'll just jump right to it. Let's get back to this. Clean, clean, clean the house. Shiki nightshades and neat as a tidy.
I'm sorry.
I have to apologize, Shiki.
I always thought.
I always thought you were a thoughtless, bumbling, devil-may-care, air-headed slob. It's kinda harsh there, Zero. Zero. One adjective at a time, please.
But
it seems like maybe deep down you're actually a responsible person. Yes, praise me more.
maybe.
Very, very deep down. Carefully I climbed the ladder, a pail of cleaning equipment in my hand.
How?
How was Damien injured so badly? They said that they were trying to clean the top shelf of this cupboard, but while on the ladder, one of their joints gave out suddenly.
Ouch.
Yeah. I sigh. It's rare for that to happen to Damien. They're not even a klutz, so I'm pretty worried.
Oh, now?
Shiki?
Don't worry.
I'm sure Damien will come home in tip-top shape after their surgery at the human shop.
Right!
So am I. And I want to give Damien a big surprise when I get back and find this place all spick and span. Not even a single crumb of newt to be found.
Are you sure?
I think that's very kind of you. Only, are you sure you'll be fine? Can you help me, my dear old buddy or pal? What do you mean?
May I remind you?
You're barely keeping your balance on top of that rickety ladder, while holding a mop in one hand and a pail of soapy water in another.
Well?
A series of tasks that would challenge even a trained acrobat.
Right!
I am.
Amazing!
Amazingly talented, aren't I? Amazingly stupid, aren't I?
Don't.
Don't accidentally trip and fall too, Shiki. You're such a worrywart, Zero. I tiptoe on the uppermost rung, straining to reach the corner of the cupboard shelf with my mop.
The incomparable! The one and only!
No accident could possibly happen to Shiki Nightshade, the one, the only.
Ah!
Cockroach!
Careful!
Oh, watch out! I flinch away from the creepy crawly and simultaneously lose my balance. Ah! For one dizzying moment, I am in freefall. An unseen force catches me midair.
Huh?
I'm floating. Buoyed. Up in mid-air by an invisible wave, as are my mop and pail on either side of me. Slowly, the force ebbs away, settling me and my mop and pail gently on the floor. My brain rattles inside my skull as I recover from the fall.
Well...
What happened?
Thank goodness.
Thank goodness, I caught you in time. You scared me to death. But Zero, you're a poltergeist. Unless you want to turn into one, don't ever do something so...
Wait.
Wait, that's it. I'm an idiot. I should have taught you telekinesis. Telekinesis what?
That's right.
It's a poltergeist spell that allows you to move physical objects about, like slamming doors in empty rooms, breaking plates, plunging cosmetic boxes into palms. Or catching witches falling from ladders.
Precisely.
Or controlling a mop and pail into cleaning the cupboard without needing to hold them yourself.
Can you teach me?
Oh, that sounds useful. Teach me, Zero.
Pay attention.
Alright, prepare yourself, Shiki. I'm going to teach you how to cast telekinesis. Alright, now that sounds useful.
Telekinesis!
Whoosh. Inch by inch, the mop and the pail rise up from the ground like zombies from the grave. Dip the mop into the pail, take the mop out.
Well done.
Not bad.
Da-di-da!
Wipe the mop on the shelf.
But
With a spell such as telekinesis, concentration is absolutely key. How strange, there's a round button-like thing. The instant you lose it.
Huh?
It's moving! It's moving!
Ugh.
The spell breaks. Cockroach! It flies! Zero, it's flying! Oh no. Flying cockroaches are the worst. The mop and pail drop as a small brown creature whirs through the room before propelling up and out of the open window.
Telekinesis!
Oh. Zero catches the mop right before it lands on my head, and a look of relief crosses his face briefly.
Huh.
Telekinesis isn't the easiest spell to cast, especially when you're casting it for the first time. And being frightened by flying cockroaches.
Well...
That too. When you've quite recovered, shall we try again? After an hour under Zero's tutelage, I use telekinesis to clean. Not just the cupboard, but every nook and cranny of the kitchen.
Yes!
There! When Damien returns... Shiki, I'm home!
Yeah!
They're back! Can I stay? I'd like to see the look of surprise on her face too.
Of course!
And of course, thank you for all your help, Zero.
Apologies.
Sorry I caused a mess in the kitchen earlier due to my accident. I'm going to clean it up right away, don't worry.
Oh!
Shiki? And Zero? What are you... in where's the kitchen? Oh! Wow!
Zero.
You know, Zero?
Yes.
Yes, Shiki?
Well...
I've been thinking. I know very little about you, don't I?
That's right.
You know very little about everything, Shiki. That is why you are in such imminent danger of flunking your exams and getting expelled from Doomamere High.
Speaking of which...
How far did you progress with tonight's study plans? You've been by my side the whole time. You probably know the answer to that question better than I do.
Oh yeah.
Do I? In which case, I must warn you that unless you start studying seriously and stop wasting time asking inane questions...
Right!
That's just it. I fold my arms across my chest in the most exasperated expression I can muster. Zero isn't escaping this time.
Huh?
Like...
Whenever I bring up the topic of your past, you try to deflect it and change the subject.
Do I?
Do I now?
Yes!
You do. Zero, you're my oldest friend and I want to know more about you. But if you don't wish to tell me anything, all you have to do is say so, and I'll stop. Because I respect your privacy. Because I'm a good friend.
Mm-hmm.
It isn't a matter of privacy. He lets out a defeated sigh.
Actually...
The reason I don't like to talk about my past is hardly that glamorous. I simply haven't much of a past to talk about. But you've been a poltergeist for quite a long time, haven't you?
Yes.
For much, much too long.
My earliest memories.
My earliest memories were of haunting the north part of the graveyard in... the name escapes me.
It was...
It was a quaint little English village.
I remember.
I remember the vane on the church steeple, a gleam in midday, and the low sad chimes of the church bell, telling the hour to those whom no longer meant anything. His eyes are hazy like the night sky as he reminisces about the distant memories of his past.
Oh.
It sounds so peaceful there. He whips his head up towards me, my comment having broken him from his trance.
No.
Peaceful? It was so unbearably boring that it drove me out of my mind.
Eventually.
One fine night I decided I couldn't stand it any longer and left.
Mm-hmm.
I went here and there, haunting whatever took my fancy, lonely, windswept roads, crumbling, disused castles, and dark, quaking tarns. Were you fond of those days?
Not a bit.
How old are you really, Zero?
In the past?
I was light and free and at a loss, so to speak. I drifted aimlessly whether the wind blew.
Mm-hmm.
One evening I wound up here, in Halloween Town.
Actually...
I hadn't planned to stay longer than I did anywhere else, but for one reason after another I never was able to get around to leaving. Eventually I just got used to the idea of living here. Are you missing anything?
Like...
Is there anything you missed from when you were, from where you came from?
I've forgotten.
If there is, I've forgotten.
I
know I once missed my family and friends in the slow, bitter nights when I was alone. Now I can't remember their names or their faces, or what their laughter sounded like. That's sad. Like slowly forgetting who was close to you. Okay, let's keep going.
I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry.
Don't worry.
Smile, smile. Don't be. A lot of water has flown under those bridges, and a good thing at that. I gazed into Zero's eyes, which had become low and smoldering like embers about to die. Instinctively, I reach out to touch him, but check myself at the last moment. Zero observes this with a sad smile. What does that mean?
What?
What does what mean?
Well,
That the thing holding you is losing its grip. What does that mean?
That means...
It means my memory is weakening in my old age, which is pardonable since I have been in Halloween Town long before you were ever even born. Oh, so you're really old, huh? But you, my dear Shiki, are young, and unless your memory starts improving dramatically and with great haste, you will fail your Halloween exams and get expelled from school. Fine, be that way. I turn to my books in a huff. Just as I am about to lift my pen, Zero speaks up.
Thank you.
My heart.
um,
What for?
Never mind.
Nothing, never mind. We spend the rest of the night in companionable silence. I wish I could give you a hug without, like, your body poofing, getting broken up. Let's wail. If this requires me to scream, I'm not screaming. Zero, I've been thinking. Splendid. Will it become something you intend to do on a regular basis?
right.
You've been around Halloween Town for ages, haven't you?
Yes.
You could say that.
Well,
You remember when we first met that night a century ago? I was a snotty little kid.
Why?
Why is it past tense, Shiki? And when I suddenly saw you glaring and hovering right in front of me, I burst into tears. I wasn't glaring, and I clearly remember I apologized. Repeatedly. Imagine him being like, I'm sorry to, like, little me.
right.
You did. I stopped crying because it looked like I was scaring you even more than you were scaring me.
I admit it.
Not the most glorious highlight of my career as a poltergeist, I will admit. A snicker escapes my lips.
Well,
Pretty glorious to look back on now, though.
anyway,
Anyway, you probably know all kinds of things about Halloween Town. Probably.
like,
Such as the generations of students who attended Wilmere High.
Yes.
A school of long and distinguished history.
and then,
And in graduation exams they have to take every Halloween.
I see.
Ah yes, I see what you're after now.
can you teach me?
Teach me, Zero. Teach me a spell that will help me pass all the Halloween exams.
Unfortunately,
No such spell exists.
that's how it is.
Estella does a great job at changing the nature and layout of the exams year by year, and the obstacles she sets are unpredictable even to me.
No way.
Alas, alack, oh woe is me.
But...
However,
Mm-hmm.
one test I notice she is particularly fond of is to devise a monster that will try to obstruct the student. How scary. What's the monster's weakness?
Let me think.
It's difficult to say.
Mm-hmm.
On some years, the monster she used was weak to fire, on others, weak to ice. Some could
Maybe.
only be overcome by magic. Others had to be stopped with physical objects. How depressingly unpredictable. In a great show of exasperation, I throw my hands up into the air and knock back my head.
No way.
There's no shortcut to passing, huh?
Actually,
But come to think of it, none of them are invulnerable to noise. I perk back up. Noise, you say?
yes.
I could teach you Wail, a spell that lets you emit a screech so loud it deafens and stuns anything within hearing range.
Mm-hmm.
It also temporarily blocks your ears, so you won't become a part of the affected party. Hellhounds, imps, harpies, even dragons, hit any of them with Wail at full blast and they'll all need a mid-air attempt to regain their senses.
Maybe.
It could buy you the breathing room you need to get away.
Right.
That sounds useful. Wait, did you say dragons?
Don't worry.
Oh, don't worry about that. The school made her stop using them on students after too many concerned parents complained.
Pay attention.
Anyway, prepare yourself. Shiki, I'm going to teach you how to cast Wail. New spell acquired. You ready?
Wait.
1 second. Your neighbors
Yes.
have been warned and are out walking their hellhounds.
Mm-hmm.
Damien
Yeah.
has taken off their... That's one way to not listen. Okay, good. Zero stops his ears with his fingers and scrunches his face.
Alright.
Now! Judging by the expression of excruciating pain on Zero's face, Will is even more powerful than I ever imagined.
Stop.
Enough, stop. Hope they're starting to have fun.
Stop it.
Any louder and you'll cause nearby windows and mirrors to shatter. Not to
Think
mention
about
all those
it.
vials of potion you have stocked up. Wouldn't want to repurchase all of those for the exams now, would you?
No.
Oh, no. Was I really that loud?
Yes.
You were. Be sure to use whale carefully and sparingly. Zero folds his arms, looking quite pleased with himself.
Huh.
I'd love to see the look on Stella's face when she finds out her precious monsters can all be beaten by someone screaming very, very loudly. You know, Zero, I'm surprised you're on first name basis with Miss Magwish. She's so forbidding and severe to everyone.
Because...
That's because you haven't known her since the first day she arrived at Halloween Town. Lost and penniless and running away from a broken heart. Miss Magwitch? Broken heart? How? Who? Why? When? Is this the job? For the best matchmaker at Doomere High?
Don't.
I'm not going to gossip with you about your superiors. Practice the spell a couple more times when nobody's nearby, obviously.
And then...
And when the day of reckoning comes, wail and watch. Magwish's monsters flee in terror.
Yeah.
Yeah! Mr. West told me to go to the storage room and get a rather specific item for a customer. He gave me very clear instructions about how to navigate the expansive catacomb-like area, but how was I supposed to remember all that? When I found the item I was supposed to get, I caught a glimpse of a pretty dagger just a few shelves over and quickly went to inspect it. And as expected, I found myself utterly lost afterwards. Not knowing how to get back to the stairs, I cast a wail to make noise and waited for Mr. West. When he finally came, he was surprised to see the dagger, which he thought was lost. Thankfully, the joy quickly quenched his anger. In fact, he even gave me a small bonus for finding it. Learn, spell, Shiki Nightshade, the stressed, the worried.
I've
been wondering, Shiki. What?
Well...
Setting aside this Halloween exam's monomania, isn't there a spell that you'd actually like to learn? Spell I'd like to learn.
Yes.
Yep, I thought it might be less stressful for you to learn a spell you've always wanted to learn.
Like...
You mean such as a spell to make every matchmaking party I have a huge success?
No.
No, anyway, you don't need a spell to manage that. Are you saying I'm good at what I'm doing? A ting of pink tickles my cheeks. Thanks, Zero. I'm by far, without a shadow of a doubt, the most amazing matchmaker in Doomere High, aren't I?
Wait.
That wasn't a... Wait. That sort of was a compliment, wasn't it? Ugh. Got you.
It's love.
Love makes the world go round, round, round.
You know.
Let me put it this way. Suppose everyone you know has already found happiness and true love, and there isn't anyone left to matchmake with anyone else anymore.
Right.
I'm trying to get there. You mustn't rush me.
Hey!
That's not what I meant. Keep calm, Zero. Breathe in. Breathe out. I slowly move my arms up and down in alignment with my breathing for Zero to see. His brow twitches slightly at the sight.
That means...
What I wish to say is, given the situation I described just now, wouldn't there be a spell you'd be interested in learning?
Like...
When I was little, do you remember the fantasy stories we would read together? We read stories. Did he read to me when I was a wee tot? I do. I also recall you were a lot less insufferable then.
Yes!
I love the tales of powerful mages who could call lightning down from the sky, cleave mountains apart, and hurl fiery infernos.
Yeah!
I used to daydream about how cool it would be if I were a mage like that, battling the forces of evil with awesome spells.
Yes.
Summoning lightning and cleaving mountains are a little advanced at this stage.
But
how would you like to learn how to throw fireballs?
Oh...
You mean I can?
yes.
I do. It's one of the most basic spells there is, and even a chronically truant witch like you should be able to get the hang of it in no time.
Amazing!
Awesome! Teach me, Zero!
Alright.
Alright, prepare yourself, Shiki. I'm going to teach you how to cast Fireball. And that's another spell in the books.
Fireball!
Woo! As the area between my palms grows warm, a small little sphere of flame flickers to life.
Wow!
Wow, fire! I made fire!
Mm-hmm.
You should have been able to cast this 10 months ago. Well, it's better late than never, I suppose.
0!
0, 0, follow me.
Huh?
Where are you going? I dashed down the stairs to the kitchen with Zero trailing the air noiselessly behind me.
Fireball!
0, watch! Fireball! I tossed a fireball onto the stovetop, which starts burning. I grab a pan, smear some butter on the surface, and crack 2 eggs onto it.
I see.
Ah. I hold the pan over the stove. Soon the eggs are crackling and a savory smell fills the air.
Yes!
Fireball fried eggs!
Yes.
Yes, quite. Fireball, while primarily used as combat magic, is a favorite of mages who arrange their barbecue on a day with damp weather. Next, I fill a kettle with water and throw in a satchel of tea leaves.
Right!
I'm going to make Fireball boil tea too.
Well done.
I'm so glad you're finding so many domestic uses for this spell.
But
Tell me, Shiki,
Well?
you're going to give battle to a ravening kraken with your fiery inferno. Save a beleaguered city by incinerating hordes of the undead led by an evil necromancer.
Well,
0, I know I am a long way away from being a true witch. I know I'm starting late, and I know there are so many things to learn and so little time. But I'm trying my best my own way, and I know how lucky I am to have you here, helping me push through it, 0.
please!
Will you continue lending me your support like you always have through all this time? He stares deeply at my person before nodding gently and nearly hiding what is the softest smile I have ever seen from him. Oh my god. 0, stop being so goddamn cute.
eventually.
Yes, homeboy staying. Yes I will.
0!
0, 0, 0! I figured it out.
How?
How to pass your Halloween exams.
Oh!
No, how to hug you.
Hmm.
Oh my god, can we really? I want to hug him so bad. To hug me.
Yes!
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I'm sorry I don't follow.
Well,
I can't hug you. And whenever I try to, I end up messing up your essence, right?
That's right.
Right, Shiki, very annoying too. Because I'm made of flesh and blood, while you're a spirit of ether and magic.
Mm-hmm.
Taking you that long to figure out, has it? Almost 180 years? Wait. Am I that old? Am I 180? What the heck? But, listen to this.
Well?
I'm all ears, for better or for worse. What if I turn into a spirit of ether magic too?
Good heavens.
Oh, good heavens, Shiki, the Halloween exams are difficult, but they're not lethal. You won't be facing any obstacles that could actually kill you, you know? Don't resort in death just to hug your ghostly buddy.
oh!
I don't mean that.
I see.
Then you've lost me.
Can you teach me?
I mean, teach me a spell I can cast to transform the best matchmaker in Doomamere, me, into a poltergeist like you.
Mm-hmm.
That's actually not a terrible idea, come to think of it. Oh,
All right.
it could be pretty useful to you for the exam.
Yes!
Then there is a spell that'll let me transform into a spooky spirit version of myself. My choice of words makes him roll his eyes before continuing with his explanation. Almost insubstantiate you... what? Insubstantiate will make your form ghost-like. You'll be able to walk through walls, turn invisible, and hover in midair just like any poltergeist.
Alright!
That sounds super cool. Teach me the spell, 0.
Pay attention.
Alright, prepare yourself, Shiki. I'm going to teach you how to cast insubstantiate.
Insubstantiate!
Alright. I feel myself growing lighter, fainter, ghostlier. I can't find my balance. Whoa!
Careful!
I'm trying. Zero makes as if to lunge for me, but checks himself at the last moment.
So,
It's easy to lose your balance in ghost form because you no longer have a center of gravity. In fact, gravity doesn't even apply to you anymore. Hover, Shiki, hover!
mm-hmm.
This takes a little getting used to, but you'll get the hang of it, as did I.
Zero!
Hovering? Zero, look! I'm hovering!
Huh?
Huh? You're a surprisingly quick learner.
Um,
What do you mean, surprisingly?
well...
Wait a second. I'm a poltergeist now, aren't I?
Yes.
For the moment, insubstantiate gives you a spirit's basic form for a fixed span of... Am I coming in for a hug?
Right!
That means I can hug you at last!
Unfortunately.
Without waiting for Zero to finish, I throw my arms around him gleefully. Whoa!
You can't.
What?
No way!
What happened? It felt all cold and dizzy.
Now you know.
Now you know how I feel when you try to hug me.
Why?
Because
Poltergeists are as incapable of touching each other as living beings are incapable of touching us.
that means
Touch requires physical contact, and we poltergeists have nothing physical to offer. Man.
oh now.
Oh no, don't look so crestfallen. Here, come with me. Zero starts drifting upward. His head touches the roof and disappears right through.
Zero!
Zero?
Come with me.
Take my hand. Come along. Drawing in a deep breath, I concentrate on floating upward.
Wow!
I'm floating!
Mm-hmm.
Steady, Shiki. Almost. It's easier to pass through barriers for the first time if you close your eyes. Passing through the roof felt weird, like something went into and out of me that was there and not there at the same time. When I opened my eyes again, the starry night spreads endlessly above, illuminated by a brilliant crescent moon.
Amazing!
Wow.
In the past.
Look at him looking at the moon. I love to sit on rooftops and watch the night go by a long, long time ago. Now I can get on rooftops much more easily, but floating is not sitting, and sometimes I...
Zero!
Zero?
Mm-hmm.
Do you miss...
What?
miss what?
Well...
You know, having a physical body. Zero tenses up and turns to me scornfully.
Huh?
Huh? Do I miss stubbing my toe? Do I miss tripping over branches and falling flat on my face? Do you miss a body but not the pain? Do I miss having to climb flight after flight of stairs to get to the roof, only to find the door locked and the key hidden away? Huh? Do you? Zero?
Mind your own business.
Mind your business, Shiki. Lawrence drops the crate with a heavy thud, then wipes his hands against each other, feeling accomplished yet unaware of my presence.
I think.
I think that's all for deliveries for today. Maybe now I can finally nap. Lori! Oh my god, what's up this? Lawrence turns stiffly to face me, his ears flattened against his hair.
Again.
Which, I told you 1,000 times, my name is...
I remember!
I know, Lawrence, right? Oh no. I watch as his ears perk back up again. They look so soft, so fuzzy, so... Let me give you some head pats. But how do you expect me to call you by your name if you don't use mine? I guess you have a point. His ears twitch a little and droop as he looks away. Is that a pout hiding behind his mask?
Right!
That's it! I can't hold myself back any longer. I'm so sorry. Sorry for... Lawrence makes a noise somewhere between a whimper and a whine as I grab him in a headlock and ruffle his ears. Yes! Give him all the headpats! I discovered that if you scratch behind them, his foot starts tapping, but he grabs me by the shoulders and pulls me away before I can learn much more than that.
What are you doing?
Trying to give you some sugar, Lawrence.
I'm sorry.
Your ears are just so unbelievably cute. I'm sorry, I couldn't resist.
You have to!
Well, you have to. You can't just go around touching people like that. At least ask first.
Oh, you mean...
So, you would have said yes to Fi?
No!
Oh. My ears on a toy for foolish people to play with. My hearing's a lot more sensitive than yours. Every tap is an echo that reverberates in my head.
Oh...
Oh, I can't even imagine what that must be like. If I teach you, will you leave them be? Teach me? Teach me.
Wow!
Oh gosh, you're going to show me how to have super cute puppy ears?
No.
No, Pumpkinhead, I'll teach you what big ears. A spell to improve your hearing. Aw.
Well...
Oh well, I suppose that could be useful too.
Right!
They're better to hear you with, my dear, am I right? I winked playfully at him and he thumped his palm against his forehead. You're so... Anyways, pay attention, this is how you cast what big ears.
What big ears!
I didn't think it was possible to improve your hearing through a few easy steps, but with a few simple gestures and magic words, everything is a lot more in focus. But oh no, what is this? What is this word? Otolaryngologist. What he does?
That should do it.
That should have worked. Tell me what you hear. I hear the beetles crawling around in the grass, the crows flapping their wings above us.
Good.
Good. Anything else?
Well...
There are glasses clinking near the cafe down the hill from here, and...
How?
What? Something is growling really close by. It isn't you, is it?
No.
No, but I don't hear a thing. Lawrence watches the area around us carefully, alert and ready for action. He seems to be taking this seriously. I hear the growl again, and without a doubt, it's definitely coming from Lawrence. Is your tummy growling? Do you want some food?
Well...
Are you sure it isn't you?
Of course not.
Of course it's not. Go back home. The lesson is over.
But...
Lawrence.
Watch yourself.
You might be unsafe. A wish that can't use many spells won't be able to defend themselves. But I know Fireball. I'll burn him up. He folds his arms and nods affirmatively at his own deductions.
I'll do it.
I'll look into the weird noise by myself. Alright. Lawrence turns to leave. I hear the growling again as he dashes off into the woods. That's when I suddenly realized that was a stomach, wasn't it? I knew it. Hey Lawrence, wait, it's okay. Maybe I'll bring along a box of treats or a dog bone next time. Bring him, like, some steak. Look at the geese! Off they go for winter vacation. Above us, a flock of wild geese are winging southward. The pattern of their flight moves light and graceful against the deepening twilight. You know, I sometimes wonder what it would be like to be a bird flying south, crossing roaring, dark seas and never-ending desert dunes. The ruins of forgotten cities and new towns bursting to life. Through orchids, and caravan trails, and little sparkling seas. I don't know that word. And over the high, lonely veldt in bloom. Zero and I are silent for a moment as we contemplate how wonderful the bird's annual pilgrimages must be.
Unfortunately.
Sadly, I do not know any spell that lets you turn into a wild goose, but...
Well?
Do you want to know how it feels to be airborne?
Can you teach me?
You could teach me how to fly? Really?
No.
Almost. I could teach you a spell that allows you to hover. You won't grow wings or dance in the sky or feel the shouting wind sweep against your face.
But
hover will let you slip the surly bonds of the earth. For a time.
Zero!
Zero. Teach me hover.
alright.
Alright, prepare yourself, Shiki. I'm going to teach you how to cast hover.
Hover!
Hover! Some dull and heavy force, which I hadn't realized was dragging me down all this time, begins to fray. My shoulders feel light as though I had slipped off a bag full of stones.
Zero!
Zero! My feet, there!
Yes.
No longer touching the ground. Yes, we have liftoff. Ah!
Don't worry.
You'll find it difficult to keep upright in the air on your first attempt. Don't worry, it's perfectly natural.
Zero!
Zero, I'm flying! I'm flying! I flinging my arms out wide as I would if they were wings. The dry autumn breeze caressing my face, my hair, my skin.
Alright!
Geese! Oh, you silly geese! Watch this! I dart at the small clutch of wild geese circling above, watching me half in askance and half in curiosity. Oh my god, that must be terrifying. As I inch closer, they erupt in all these words. Cacophony of indignant cries dart off in every direction, leaving me gasping with laughter.
Yes!
I can fly! I can fly! Zero, let's fly south too!
Unfortunately.
If only we could. Huh? What's happening? My arms feel heavy.
Don't.
You've done extraordinarily well for someone who has cast hover for the first time. Don't push your luck, Shiki. It isn't safe to try to climb any higher.
Why?
Why not? I'm going to keep flying.
Well,
Time for you to come down to Earth before Earth drags you down and makes you flatter than a pancake. Flatter than a pancake.
that's how
That's
it is.
what happens when you run out of magic and gravity takes its revenge.
Pay attention.
This is hover, not insubstantiate. You still have a physical form after all. Ooh. Reluctantly, I give in to the pulling forces that seem intent on bringing me down from the air.
You know.
Those who just learned to hover usually cannot keep airborne higher than a few inches and longer than a few seconds.
But
With more practice, you can learn to go higher and longer, but you will have a limit, as do I. Even you? My feet once again brushed the ground. I found myself doubled over and panting as though I had just run a marathon.
of course.
Of course, at your altitude just now, we poltergeists can use hover pretty much indefinitely, but even we have a limit to how high we can reach before magic fails us. When we cast hover, we use supernatural magic to surpass the limitations placed on us by nature, for minutes, an hour, a day, but they're flight, Shiki. We turn to watch the last little specks from the flock of wild geese disappearing from view into the horizon.
Yes.
With a magic all of its own. As I was stalking shelves, I heard some students snickering and whispering to each other. Somehow I got the feeling they were up to no good, but couldn't quite make out what they were saying. After improving my hearing, I realized they were planning to drop a darkness bomb so they could rob us blind. Literally. I had them leave before they could do any harm. When I told Mr. West about the almost incident, he rewarded me for my trouble. Oh no.
Well,
Huh?
What?
what's the matter?
You've been sneaking glances at me for the better part of the last 2 hours. When are you going to tell me what's the matter? I fiddle my thumbs and glance upwards at his fixated stare.
I don't know.
Oh, please.
Oh, please, don't spare me. I can take it.
Tell me.
Am I wearing my shirt on the wrong way? Is my face disfigured by an outbreak of ghostly acne? What? Ghosts can have acne? Has a poltergeist pigeon splattered poltergeist dropping atop my head? What?
Really?
Are there really poltergeist pigeons that can do that?
No.
Okay. No, which is what makes your behavior all the more puzzling. We poltergeists do not change our appearance, ever. Not in our dress, not in our acne, not even in the ghastly droppings of poltergeist pigeons on our heads.
But...
They have changed. I can't put my finger on it, but...
For the last time.
For the last time, Shiki, poltergeists never outwardly change.
Right!
That's it.
What?
What's it?
I'm sure!
You've inwardly changed. I'm sure of it. I thought this since our last... No. I've thought this for some time now. Maybe longer than I knew.
Like...
I thought you feel different from how you used to be.
Remember?
You can't feel me, remember?
No, no, no!
No, I can. And I figured out exactly how you're different.
Astonish me.
Right!
You're fading. What? No. What does that mean? Boy, don't you disappear on me now. Not my bro. His eyebrows rise, then subsequently fall, and a bright red shine in his eyes that always radiates so profusely dims.
I'm fading.
No, hearing him say it just makes this sadder.
Yes!
What's this? Yeah, it's so gradual, day by day, that I never noticed it happening right in front of my very eyes.
But
But Cyril, you're not as sharply defined as you were when we first met, or even a year ago.
Zero!
Zero, what's going on? Talk to me!
Remember?
Do you know how poltergeists come into existence?
Of course!
Of course, let's see, a human dies somewhere, right? Then,
You know.
poltergeists come into existence when a person dies with an unresolved matter near and dear to their heart.
That means.
We cannot bear to leave this world having left undone that which we ought to have done. Oh. I try and rack my mind around what he just told me, and my overworked brain from all this potion cramming begins to fry. It's like a ghost that's like bound to like our world because he has like unfinished business, you know? There's a word for it, or there's a saying for it, but I don't know right now. But I think I know what he's trying to say. Zero watches my struggle and sighs before signaling me to pay attention as he continues his explanation.
In the past.
I've met malevolent poltergeists who were murdered and take to haunting the house of their deaths and tormenting those who tried to live there. But I've met benevolent poltergeists who left the debt unpaid and in repentance tried to help the living.
But
What we all have in common is, when the unresolved matter is resolved, we move on. Move on?
yes.
Poltergeists aren't natural, and in nature's grand scheme of life and death, there is no place for us.
That means.
We are tied to this world by the unresolved matter our hearts cling to. When that disappears, so must we.
Zero.
Zero, if you don't mind me asking, what does your heart cling to?
I've forgotten.
What does it cling to?
Huh?
That's right.
Some poltergeists resolve their problem dramatically, like hunting down the murderer or helping the child of a friend they had once let down.
But
But for most of us, the resolution comes in due time, as time heals all wounds. Essentially, we end up forgetting that which bound us here. I'm surprised it's kept me around for so long. I suppose I must be forgetting everything at last.
Zero!
Zero, don't forget about us. A wave of emotion rushes to my face and is taking every ounce of control to not fling myself at him, my childhood friend, upon learning the truth.
oh, now.
You're not about to cry, are you? No.
No.
No, of course not. I'm the one and only Shiki Nightshade. Narita. That's good. I've always hated to see you cry, Shiki. Don't leave.
Please!
Don't move on, please.
You know.
No. Stop. Okay, no lie. I'm tearing up right now. Nothing lasts forever. Not even poltergeists. All things must come to an end. Is there anything I can do to stop you from disappearing? Anything at all?
No.
I don't think so, unless you can make me remember the reason why I had become a poltergeist in the first place.
But
That's impossible, realistically speaking. Yeah, 'cause you're so freaking old. No one now knows my birth name or who I was or when I died. Nothing remains of all that except maybe a faint ache in my chest, and even that is fading. As Earl speaks of a faint ache in his chest, I can feel a strong one brewing within mine. Bruh. My throat is hurting right now, trying to hold back my tears. My vision's getting blurry. Oh my god. I'm becoming an emotional mess. Zero.
Zero!
Do you want to move on? If you do, I'm glad for you that you're forgetting. But if not,
Well,
do you want to remain here together with me just for a while longer? Zero was quiet for a long time. Then without a word, he leans in close to me. Oh my god. He leans in close to me, kisses the top of my head. Zero, don't do this to me. My god. I can't feel his touch. There's only a chilling sensation that causes my skin to tingle and make tears form in my eyes. I blink to force them down. That blinking is just making me cry now. There were no words spoken for the rest of our evening, held in each other's company, but I never felt more heard. Oh my god. It's only okay, guys. I think this will be it for whatever episode, whatever part this was. I'm an emotional mess, Zero. Oh no. I hope you guys enjoyed. Have a good night, morning, evening. I'll see you guys in the next one.